Hey everyone, it's been quite a while since I've done a live on Facebook, but been reading on and off in the Wisdom of Solomon, so I figured, you know what, why not try to do this and see how it goes. I've been thinking about it for a while, just never got around to it, but also kind of stopped with the videos for the mid to latter portion of last year, just because the whole thing with my dad. But gonna read a little bit. And I don't think I'm gonna read it all the way through because Wisdom of Solomon, which is in Septuagint, is a little lengthy. But for those who do watch or listen later on, and you want to know what book I am reading out of, it's the Septuagint with Apocrypha, and the Wisdom of Solomon is part of the Apocrypha, which Jesus does reference a lot of times. So this is chapter 1 in the Wisdom of Solomon. Love, righteousness, and also this is unfortunately this is a lot of King James-esque language, so bear with me. Y'all know that I don't really care for the King James stuff, but sometimes the older you get, a lot of it does sound King James-ish. Love, righteousness. Ye that be judges of the earth, think of the Lord with a good heart, and in simplicity of heart seek him. For he will be found with them that tempt him not, and showeth himself unto such as do not distrust him. For forward thoughts separate from God, and his power, when it is tried, reproveth the unwise. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide with unrighteousness when unrighteousness comes in. For wisdom is a loving spirit, and will not acquit a believer of his words. For God, will not acquit a blasphemer of his words. For God is witness of his reins, and a true beholder of his heart, and a hearer of his tongue. For the Spirit of the Lord filleth the world, and that which containeth all things hath knowledge of the voice. Therefore he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hidden, neither shall vengeance, when it punisheth, pass by him. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord, for the manifestation of his wicked deeds. For the ear of jealousy heareth all things, and the noise of murmurings is not hid. Therefore be aware of murmurings, which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting. For there is no word so secret that shall go for naught, and the mouth that believeth slayeth the soul. Seek not death in the air of your life, and pull not upon yourselves destruction with the works of your hands. For God made not death, neither hath he pleasure in the destruction of the living. For he created all things, that they may live their being, and the generations of the world were healthful. and there is no poison of destruction in them, nor the kingdom of death upon the earth. For righteousness is immortal. But ungodly men with their works and words called it to them, for when they thought to have it their friend, they consumed to naught and made a covenant with it, because they are worthy to take part with it. But the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy, neither are there any man known to have returned from the grave. For we are born at all adventure, born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils as a smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned to ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air, and our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away in the trace of cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is fast sealed, that so that no man cometh again. And hopefully my background music isn't very loud. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass us by. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor revere the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy the transgressions of our education. He professeth that the knowledge of God, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us. He is grievous unto us even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. We are esteemed as him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounced the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that God is his Father. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be this, for if the just man be the Son of God, he will be heir to him, and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. Such things they did imagine, and were deceived, for their own wickedness hath blinded them. As for the mysteries of God, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. For God created man to be immortal, and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, that they are of his sight to find it. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of God, and there is no torment, and there shall be no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and their going from us to be utter destruction. But they are in peace, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet it is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little... Oh, I did start a new... No, wait a minute. Oh well. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for God proved them and found them worthy for himself, as gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. I didn't realize I actually started a new chapter. Alright, I'll finish this one. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the righteous, or judge the nations, and have dominion over the people, and the Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is in his saints, and he hath care for his feet. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. For whose despiseth the wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is in vain. Their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. Their wives are foolish, and the children wicked. Their offspring cursed. Wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled, which hath not known the sinful bed. She shall have fruit in visitation of souls. The blessed is the eunuch, with which his hands hath wrought to iniquity, nor imagine wicked things against God. For unto him shall be given the special gift of faith, and inheritance in the temple of God, the temple of the Lord, more acceptable in his mind. For glorious is the fruit of good labors, and the root of wisdom shall never fall away. As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to the perfection, and the seed of an unrighteous men shall be rooted out. For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. Or if they die quietly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. All right, that's the end of that.